Welcome to Angels, God, and Me, and I'm your host, Mary Amy, coming to you live. My site is listed on the screen, maryamyofficial.com. As an intuitive wisdom coach and empath, I'm ultra-sensitive and capable of understanding and knowing your spirit. I've joined forces with the four elements of nature to be in the flow. Let's begin to transition bad luck and bad karma with goodness. Angels are celestial beings performing acts of goodness for humanity. I hope to bring us together in a peaceful way of life. On today's show, we have topics, a weekly quote, a visualization, we have intuitive psychic readings, and helpful tips. Today's quote is by Carl Jung, Swiss psychoanalyst. Synchronicity is an ever-present reality for those of you who have eyes to see it. Synchronicity is actually when things come together in an unexpected way that have nothing to do with each other. Pay attention. Those are messages. Let's do a visualization this morning. I'd like you to close your eyes, and I would like you to imagine the most beautiful nature scene that you can think of. Maybe it's a sunrise, a sunset, a forest of trees, a waterfall, a beach. Visualize this beautiful nature scene, details using all your senses. What you see, what you feel, what you smell, what you touch. The vibrancy of the colors. It's going to be your favorite beautiful nature scene that you're going to go to. I would like you to do this for about 1 minute, 5 times a day, which is 5 minutes. So, when you are in a situation where you're upset, you're stressed, you will be able to go to joy. So your nature scene brings you joy. One thought can change everything. Let's say you're in a situation and things get upsetting with someone else. You can, on your own, just visualize that beautiful nature scene and you will change the energy. You will see that the person that you're talking to will know that something shifted. So you're going to change whatever negativity is going on in that situation to joy. I'm going to share some angel facts. Guardian angels are with us since birth, and they stay with us through our lifetime. They're here to protect and guide us. You can call out to your angels, you can talk to them, and you can ask them for assistance if you need it. We all have them. Everyone has at least 2 angels around them, and if you need more, they will come. Your angels are with us. Don't feel alone. Are with us when there's something traumatic or upsetting. If I can't get through something or something's really affecting me, I will say, can you lift me up and help me carry me through this situation? Oh, I just want to remind everybody that I have Angels, God, and Me t-shirts, which you can contact me on my website, maryamyofficial.com, and you can just pay for it through Venmo. They come in small, medium, and large. And tell me if you purchase one, why you like the show. Well, we're going to be getting a caller, and it's coming from Leslie in New York City. That's all I know right now. I'm just going to give you a heads up. Let's see. There's a non-profit that I want to tell you about for puppies, and it's in Brewster, New York. If you would like to make a donation, become a foster parent, or adopt, it's called Snare Northeast Adoption Center, and the information is on the post. Here's our caller. Hello, Leslie.
Good morning, Mary Amy.
Good morning. You're from New York City?
I am, yes. I've been here for about 5 years.
Okay, so I instantly received nature scenes from you, some grass, some flowers. I'm getting a sense of someone who is kind of a velvety human being. And what I mean by that is you're someone that presents yourself to the world in a very composed, vibrant, yet you hold it all together where it's not interjecting on someone. You have the ability to, you're a very good communicator, and you enjoy beautiful things. You are someone who is capable of probably doing whatever you choose. So if you set a goal or you have a passion for something, in fact, I see that you are someone in the arts. I don't know if that's what your job is, but I see you're someone that likes the visual and you like things to be put together a certain way. Do you have any questions for me?
Sure, I have a couple, but I guess top of mind would be just how can I form and maintain like healthier romantic relationships?
How can you, okay, let's see. How can you form and... Okay, so what I'm receiving is that I know that as a person you're really capable of doing many, many things well on your own. And but relationships are about give and take. And so there's 1,000 responses that we can receive. So we can't really predict what the other person is going to say at any time. You know, I've heard from friends, oh, well, he could say this or he could say that. You don't know what someone's going to say, so you really have to be in the moment and wait for it to happen.
Right.
And I sense that you're obviously putting yourself out there. And romantic relationships are about finding a part of you that you either want for yourself or that you have a common ground with. And to me, I sense that you're someone who is more interested in, rather than having someone that's the opposite of you, you're more interested in having someone that has similar interests than you.
That's correct.
Right.
Totally.
So it's a hard time these days because people are depending on dating apps and not necessarily going out in public, and it's like they want to coordinate something before you actually meet, which is based on it's not organic, and so it's more difficult. I truly believe, at least for me, that when if I want relationships, they have to just present themselves in my life. So I think, it's about manifesting, right? So how would you manifest somebody? You maybe, what I say is there's 3 steps to manifesting. First, you write it down on a piece of paper. You don't tell anyone. You stick it in your sock drawer. And then you visualize whatever it is that you want in a relationship with someone, which you're not looking at a face. It's more like you're seeing the situation with someone. So maybe you're seeing someone hugging you, or not a face though, dinner with you, or whatever it is that you want to do with that person. So you can visualize it. And if you feel joy related to a relationship, then you can attain it. Now, if you don't feel joy, you're blocking yourself somehow. So in other words, if you right away try to do a visualization and you don't, and it feels icky or something's off, that's because you're not connecting joy. So if you get past that second step, then you're going to talk about it like you already have it. Like, my significant other or my person loves me this way. Are you still with me?
I am.
And this is all things that you do without even leaving your home. So, thoughts are super powerful. Do you want to ask anything else or anything related to that?
Sort of related to that, but yet not, I guess. Just more about life in general. Like, I'm kind of in a period where I'm just shifting my career. I am in the arts, just like you were talking about a few minutes ago. So I guess just, are there any new opportunities that I should be on the lookout for? Maybe I'm not seeing yet, or...
I did see, as soon as you said that, I saw a piece of art, or I saw something, I don't know if it's just, a symbol of it. But yes, I saw something. I saw something that okay, yes. So what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing that there's something that's actually superior to whatever you're doing that's available to you, or it's coming. Now, let's see how far away. You can get to it. So it's not a far reaching. I don't think that you're at your ultimate job or position. I think there's something that would make you more fulfilled. Another opportunity that will make you more fulfilled. Let's see if I can see. I see that you're reaching out to it, so it's not far away. It's really if you acknowledge it or if you notice it. If you're getting a bunch of information, I'm saying if someone comes to you or contacts you, consider something that you might not normally consider.
Yeah, something outside my comfort zone, for
right,
sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's because it might be, I see it as being something that's more like, like wow for you. And it might be less money. And that's what I'm getting.
That's great. This is all good.
Yay.
This is all like a good way to reframe my thinking for both areas. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for calling in, and I am excited for you. There's a lot of potential. A lot of potential.
Thank
you. Carry it with you and be positive. Try the manifesting. That works. I know, because all of these things that I suggest and talk about are effective, and I've been successful myself in doing them. That's how I kind of came up with them, was because I learned self-healing techniques. I'm a holistic practitioner, and I worked with clients one-on-one, and I went to corporate events and would do 30 people and do readings. So just try the manifesting and see what happens. And I see there is someone there for you coming.
I hope so. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Oh, I feel good.
Okay. Have a great day, Leslie.
Great speaking with you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye.
Okay. Well, we have another caller, and we have a few moments before. So I wanted to talk about topics today. Something that I find fascinating is myths and folklore, and I know angels can be considered that. So mythology is the study of myths. A myth narrative tells the story of gods, demigods, and supernatural beings. like we've seen in films. Here, this is a giant. And we've seen elves and dragons and fairies. Cryptozoology attempts to prove the existence of myths, folklore. For example, this is a giant skull, an actual giant that apparently existed at one point. So cryptozoology attempts to prove the existence of myths, folklore, legends such as Bigfoot, Sasquatch, the Loch Ness Monster, Abominable Snowman, mermaids, shapeshifters, and they're all known as cryptids. This is a famous Bigfoot photo. Actually, it's from a video. You can find it online. I find it fascinating. Cryptozoologists study these creatures, cryptids, and provide evidence of existence through explorer sightings and with photos, videos, observations, and research and personal experience. I don't think this was, I know that there was so much work and information about this video. I don't know if it was ever proven. There are conspiracy theorists from radio. A famous conspiracy theorist, you know I butcher words, is Art Bell. And Art Bell had a show for many, many years in Las Vegas, Nevada. And he would allow callers to call in and just talk about whatever they believed. Maybe it was about aliens, maybe it was about Bigfoot. And he was amazing and interesting. And I've been listening to a lot of his shows lately. Another famous theorist is Alex Jones from Austin, Texas. Now, I came across, researching, a man by the name of Bernard Hevelmans, and he was actually the founder of cryptozoology. He was had a doctorate in zoology. He was a writer and researcher. And he was inspired by unknown animals, and he wrote this book, which I ordered. I can't wait to read it. And he wrote about serpents and lake monsters, and this book was from 1958. So I find it fascinating, and like on the cover here you can see he has some really unusual beings, and I think this might be some kind of monkey, because I did read that there was animals. They list how many mammals are on the earth and how many have been discovered. I think that might be Bigfoot, and I don't know what that is. But anyhow, this book was from 1958, and if you want to get an original, I think it's $850, but I'm getting a newer published version, and then I think it's getting a soft cover, and I think it's $40. There is an International Cryptozoology Museum, nonprofit, and it's in Portland, Maine, and you can see hair clippings from Bigfoot or Yeti, the Abominable Snowman, and that historical collection is by Lauren Coleman for cryptozoology. Before I do some helpful tips, I think I might just wait for our next caller, who's calling from New York, and her name is Danielle. Yeah, she's going to be calling any minute. So how do I do the intuitive psychic readings? It's interesting because when I don't have a visual on someone, I'm just hearing their voice and I get information based based on their voice. So it's more like a vibrational. It's a vibrational information for me. So through vibration, I'm getting information. Okay, where are you? Okay, so let's just give her a call because I don't know where she is. Oh, there she is. Hello, how are you, Danielle?
Good morning. How are you? Yes.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
You're in New York?
I'm in New York.
And I'm
in Harrison, New York.
Oh, Harrison, New York. Oh, I'm in New York as well.
Wonderful.
Okay, so let me see. What am I getting from you, Danielle, today? I'm getting children's cutout dolls that open up. So usually when I get information, it usually comes in the form of images, messages, and visions, and then it comes together in a story. So
Okay.
I'm receiving from you that you have a very strong base and as a person. And you can stand here and you can reach out and do things. You can orchestrate a lot of things at one time.
I do.
Okay, so you are a lot. I'll name some adjectives. You're practical. You're inquisitive. You're subtle. You're strong but subtle. You have many goals, and you are someone that does keep information close to you. You're not going around, you're not a big talker about, I'm saying like a bragging kind of person, which sounds kind of negative. You're not somebody who's going on talking about yourself. In fact, you don't even realize how wonderful what you're doing is. In other words, you are constantly reaching for something else, and you don't even acknowledge almost all the goals that have come through for you. And that's because you do have a very, very enormous imagination about life. You are someone who does know the value of good and the difference. I sense that you do have karma that comes to you that is good. You're not someone who colors outside the lines. You do not intentionally make mistakes. If something happens, it's a learning experience for you. It's happened because it's supposed to. It's not because you've endangered your situation and put yourself out there precariously. It just happens because it's life. Do you have any questions for me today?
I do. I keep feeling like I'm supposed to move, but like physically move, like where I live.
Are you not satisfied with where you're living? When you're saying
I'm not.
Okay, when you say you keep feeling, tell me about what this means for you. When you say you keep feeling that you have to move, what does it come in? Does it come in a dream? Does it come in, you're sitting there and because you are someone who likes to go for something else. Are you living in the moment where you are and enjoying everything? Because you know what? It's not about where we live, it's who we are, because we can't, wherever we go, we're taking ourselves with us. I'm not saying that it's not a wonderful plan if things aren't satisfactory where you're living to go someplace where you're happier. So how are you getting this information?
I guess it's like a vision. I keep thinking I'm going to be on more, I guess, not in a materialistic way, just surrounded by more nature. Let's put it that way. I feel like here I'm around, like, just where I live, I'm by many stop signs and blacktop, and, you know, I'm on a cut through the street that I live on, so I feel like I'm supposed to live on a quieter, more peaceful. It's not necessarily the town I'm in or
Right.
leaving New York or anything, just, I guess, a piece of property that's more quiet and peaceful.
It makes you
Does that make
excited. That's
Yeah,
exciting.
like I want to, yeah, like I'd like to see more mature trees or just, yeah, less cars driving by, like that sort of thing. I feel, that's what I feel where I'm supposed to be.
Have you visited some other homes?
I visited. We did. I did. We looked at other places by, like, even a beach. And, yeah. So I have looked, but
How did that go?
it was exciting. But then it was a little too far from work.
Oh, right.
And our family, so it didn't feel. It felt like it was just the wrong time.
That's what I was going to
Like
say. I was going to say that this is a future. Because if you're talking about this, like we are right here today, then it's something that's transferred and you're in and out of your system many, many times, where this is a consideration for you. And it will happen. So if you can just live with this right now, everything is temporary. If you can just live with that, you know, in the future and right now, this is where it is, this is where you are. I mean, look, continue to look, and maybe something will come through that fits everything. It's difficult. I know it's difficult because, you know, our happiness lies with right now, and we are emotional beings. And, you know, people say, oh, you can get past that. But sometimes, you know, we don't know how long situations are gonna last and how long we're gonna be here in circumstances. So we want to be at our happiest right now. And,
right, of course.
And we don't want to wait. And so if I were you, I suggest you continue looking, and maybe a home that has everything that you want will show up.
Okay.
And there's lessons in everything. So maybe you're supposed to receive a lesson. Like what I've learned is that if I manifest something, and I was just talking to someone about manifesting prior to you, and if you manifest, in other words, you close your eyes and you visualize this beautiful home that you would like with the nature around you, you might bring it to yourself faster.
Right.
And if not, there might be something about patience for you, because I know that you are used to getting things when not on demand, but because you're very fluid with your thoughts and creating your reality. So if you do more, maybe some more visualization, maybe you're sketching a house that you like or imagine, and maybe you'll start dreaming about it, and then some stranger will walk up to you and say, oh, I just came from this house. Maybe you're getting a cup of coffee. Oh, and it was beautiful. And you'll be like, what? Because you can kind of create it. Like I say, thoughts are very, very powerful.
Very true. I do believe in that.
Well, I have to tell you, thank you so much for joining us today, Danielle.
Thank you very much.
Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and like my Facebook page, Mary Amy Official.
I will.
Oh, yay. Well,
Good luck to you.
Thank you. It was wonderful talking to you. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Thanks for the reading.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. More manifesting. I'm telling you, manifesting is the way to go. Okay, we have another caller today, and his name is John, and he's going to be calling from New Jersey. any minute now. I'm just going to take a quick sip of water. There he is. Hello, John.
Hi, Mary. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great.
Good. You're calling from New Jersey?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's see. What do I receive? Okay, so I'm instantly receiving. Now, how it works for me is, just bear with me. I usually get images, visions, messages, and then it comes together. So what I instantly got from you was a pair of brown leather shoes, and I got some animals. Let's see. Okay, what I'm seeing is that you are someone who, you're someone who is social, and maybe not by everyone else's standards, because you have your own way of being social, which, you know, some people are people that are big social people where they go out to large groups of people, but you definitely calculate to make sure that you have a social life, that you want to you like having people around you. You like to communicate. Let's see what else I can get. Let's see. I'd like to go into questions. Do you have any questions for me,
Sure.
past, present, or future?
None yet, but you're pretty accurate about the social part, so.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so let's see what else I got. So, all right, let's talk about who you are. I'm sensing that you're someone who is you're a pretty steady guy. You are appropriate. You do not, you're not a huge risk taker, but you like to consider yourself an adventurer. You would love an adventure. You'd be, if you could do it, if you would just say, I'm going to do this, and just buy the ticket and just go to the most amazing location in the world, I think you would have a great time. I see you there. I see you taking the world by storm, and then you go back to wherever you're living, and then you remember all of these adventures that you've had. You have that in you. You can be an adventurer. So let's see. I sense that you're someone who would make a great friend. You would be someone that I could rely on, that someone could rely on to be dependable. And if even in dire circumstances, you would lend a hand, and you would do it. You're a planner. You do have a schedule. You plan your life. You do say, okay, I'm doing this day and this day. You're not really spontaneous. You would like to be. There's things that you're wanting to be more of, and you have it in you. You have an energy in you that you could kind of do whatever you plan, because you are a follow-through person. So if you make a list, I'm making a suggestion to you, John,
Okay.
because this is for personal discovery purposes.
Okay.
I would like, I'm making a suggestion that you write
Right.
down. You're not telling anyone. Now, all of the things that I suggest are personal. So we're doing this on our own, and we're not sharing, because if we share, then there's a chance that that person will either say something negative, think something negative, and then it will never happen. So my suggestion is to write down 5 goals that you have, and they could be the most humongous, fantastic goals. And you write those goals down, and you're okay with that. And that's the first suggestion, is to write down 5 incredible goals that you have for your life. Number 2 is, because I think I'd find this very interesting and fascinating from in your mind, to write down the last 3 dreams you remember. Do you remember your dreams, John?
I do sometimes. I usually remember the ones that are you don't want to remember. But,
well, those might be either an alert, they might be trying to give you information, or if it's something like a fear, or if it's, it could be something,
right.
something chasing you or something bad happening, could actually be a way for you to do what's called dream work. And what dream work is before you go to sleep, you say, well, instead of running away, I'm going to stand there and see whatever it is coming at me. Or it's about sticking around through the dream instead of waking up. Like, oh, I'm so scared, I'm going to wake up. But if you don't wake up, what's going to happen? Right?
Yeah,
and usually, and we're not, it's not like we're really dying. It's a dream.
Right.
So it's actually uncovering a truth about yourself. And then it can change your waking life. So back to this. So the first one was to write down the 5 humongous goals, and the second suggestion is to write down 3 dreams, the last dreams that you remember. And if you start writing down your dreams, then before you know it, more will come to you. And then you can start a dream journal.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it. I'll do that, and I'll have to write them down as soon as I wake up, because otherwise I'll forget. But
100%. Yes.
Yeah, so you got to do it quickly. I got to remember to do it.
You have to do it quickly, because I am actually, this is what I do. So I'll wake up and I'll say, oh, I'll remember in 5 minutes. And then, because I don't want to get up to write it down. And so then 5 minutes later I say, oh, I don't really remember. And I remember like 1 or 2 tiny pieces of the dream, which was, it's something, but it's a little bit of a job to write it down, but it's worth it, because look, it could be valuable information, and your dreams are your inner spirit and soul guiding you to your destiny.
I do realize that when I dream, whatever I know that there's something that drove that dream, some way. Saying that it's always obscure, and why did I think of that? But it's like, oh wait a second, someone was speaking about that, and that's what got into my head to dream about something that I would never even thought of. So I do realize that there's something that drives the dream that you're having. So
100%. Well, it's something in your mind either that you need to acknowledge. It might be a release dream. If you have a dream about someone or something, and you say, "Oh, I thought I was over that," it might just be the last bit of it leaving your system.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Well, it was wonderful speaking to you today. I'm so glad that you called in.
Okay, Mary. Thanks. Good talking to you. And have a great day.
It's great. And can you please, if you get a chance, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or like my Facebook page.
Okay, will do.
Okay. Have a great day, John.
Okay.
Okay. Bye. Fantastic. Before I go, I just wanted to give some helpful tips. And this is something that I just came up with. I was wondering if together we can do what's called globalize light. Now I'll tell you the steps in doing this. Step 1 would be for you to commune with yourself. In other words, alone, with patience and peace. So you spend time alone and have patience and peace. And you're going through your thoughts and who you are. And if you feel negative emotions, release them. Now maybe you might release them through journaling. So you get a book like this and you just do stream of consciousness, writing it down, how you feel, no grammar, to get it out. Like if something upsetting at work, your career, a personal relationship, or something inside of you. We all have demons that are haunting you or bothering you, and either write it down and release it. You can go to a body of water. I always say go down to a body of water, a pond, a lake, the ocean, the beach, and and you're doing this alone, cry it out, talk it out, let it go, and say, I'm letting it go. I'll go down there and say, I'm letting go of, and I'm sending it out to you, sending it out to the water. And it's interesting because the next day I usually have like a little bit of weeping that goes on because I'm releasing from my system whatever was bothering me. Okay, so that's step 1. Now step 2 is going to be to express positive thoughts and words and actions. And that will bring good karma to your life. So positive thoughts, which is I'm really working on trying to think positive. And you might need to remind yourself by saying words, positive words like light, nature, and goodness and beauty, just to get yourself there. Like, I'm going to get myself there. And this will bring good karma to your life. And what does that mean? That means that the flow of the rest of the world will be positive in your life, because our actions matter, our words matter. And by being positive and kind, you will bring good karma to your life. Now, step 3 is communicating, here I am, kindness to others, and integrate your light out into the world. The beauty of your glowing heart. You have a glowing heart inside of you, a beautiful glowing light that's in your heart, and you can connect to it. So this is globalize light. So first you're going to commune with yourself in a positive way. Then you're going to express to the rest of the world positivity. And then you're going to be kind. And together we can make the world a happier and light-filled place. By letting go of negativity, you are able to unblock pain, anger, sadness, and fear, and to permit positivity into your inner spirit. Well, thank you for joining me. Please like my Facebook page, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Wishing you create light, art, actions of kindness and goodness to clear away darkness, lasting repercussions through a chain of events. With awareness, you can change your focus, your mood, yourself, and your happiness.